Okay. So we are discussing about that one, how to search the papers online, how to download that one. After that, you can start the reading and doing the literature review. So again, coming back to that screen. Let's say here we have this paper and you want to download this one. When you that will ask for the some price like $39.95 or like that. As a professional, we don't. If in any university they have the subscription of that particular journal, then through their IP address, you can easily download without paying any individual charges for that one. As here we don't have that kind of facility as of now. Although it is not legal, and that's why I'm not going to make this video public. Because I'm going to tell you how to download the paper without paying anything. So for that one, some people around the world works upon that one, and they created some sites through which you can download the papers very easily. So what you do, you search the SCI Hub in your browser, right? And that will give the link to the some SCI sites. Click this one. Here you are supposed to put the URL or the DOI or anything of that paper. Generally, you can see for this paper, here is the DOI. DOI is the digital object identifier. Okay. Copy this and paste in this link. Okay. Now click open. Here you can see that give the already I have the internet download manager, so from that I have downloaded that paper. That give the direct access to that paper. When you're going to open this paper, right here, this is the paper we wanted to get. So you can download the paper like this one. If there will be any problem in the getting the papers that is not freely available, you can take off the help of this process. I already told you this is not a legal one. Okay, legally that is not a valid. But for the educational purpose or research purpose, when you are not going to make any commercial benefit out of this research, that is only for the academic purpose, we can ignore that factor. And if someone trying to help us by giving the some sort of the link to the or direct access to the paper, we can utilize that one. So from that you can find out the papers. What are the review article in each field? If you are seeing the review article is the review of the particular phenomena. Let's say you are interested in the machine parameters and you want to find out some review article. So that is going to review all the concerned paper till that time. So starting your research by looking at the review article is the good one. From the review article, you can have a lot of the sources who are working in that field. So that kind of paper is known as the review paper. Review paper, what they do? They just do the literature review on the particular topic and come out with some of the results where the future direction will be, what people are doing, right? So I suggest you to look for the review article in your area of the research first. That will make also clear what problem you should go for. that will give a very good exposure to you about the recent research directions, right? Advanced level book, you can go for that one. In the all field, the recent published book, proceedings of the conferences. In conference, people present their recent work, what they are doing now, not the full work, but only a briefing of that one. So that also gives the exposure to you where the particular research is going on in a particular area. Okay. To understand how to write the thesis and what people are doing, what should be format like that, you can refer to the past thesis. And besides that, for the any problem, anything you want, internet is available to you, right? So these are the sources of information. How to access that sources, I already told you. Some shortcut method I told you. How to download the papers. If that is paid paper, you are not able to pay. So how can you download that paper, right? How to do the literature review. Once let's say you have downloaded the relevant papers that is relevant to your work. Now start with the reading that one. And during the reading, you are supposed to make some sort of the notes, some sort of the comparison. You have to be analytical, right? So first step is compare. Compare, find the similarity among the literature. What is the similar thing they are reporting about a particular phenomenon, particular topic, particular area. Effect, let's say you are talking about the effect of the machining parameters on the surface roughness. There may be so many papers discussing the same thing. How they are going to explain this one? Is there any controversy, conflict, or they are agree that okay, increasing the speed, enhance the surface finish? Then find the differences if there will be any differences, right? Try to find out, note down. Also look upon the papers. Find out what is the weakness they have in their setup. Setup maybe in terms of the experimental design, conduct of the experiment, or data analysis, result presentation, there may be. Okay. Look upon their respect of the methodology. If there will be any weakness that is not valid, you think that this cannot be done. Sometimes people present the fake result also. So if you're going to focus upon that, or you can criticize weakness and strength, highlight the weakness and strength, and look upon the there is methodology, if there should be some improvement required. Then synthesize means combine all the literatures into one idea, the idea you are going to take out of the literature review. Okay, what they are focusing on, why they are focusing on that one, if there should be another dimension or not, right? From that one, this analysis, compare, contrast, criticizing and synthesizing, you will come with research gaps, what should be done, what should be achieved, and where we are now, or where this world is, at what level people is, and where there should be difference between that, or in other words, you can say what should be done and what done till date. The difference between these two is known as the research gap. If there is something not done till date, if any problem is not solved, it still exists, no one has solved that problem, that should be treated as research gap. Literature review also going to relate your study to all the previous study in that area, right? And finally, summarize, make the summary, restrict the overall literature finding, what you have found, what concept you got, what different methodology you have got from that one, what work supposed to be done that is not present in the literature. No one has done that work, so there is no literature. So these kind of findings you have to highlight as a summary of your literature review, right? After careful reading of the pertinent literature, once you read the literature, you can describe, make the group of the literature or papers or articles. Let's say someone using the design of experiment only for the process optimization, machining process optimization. So all paper that is discussing the design of experiment can be put in a one category as a one folder. That is for the easy accessibility. So you can break the literature into conceptual categories or themes. That will make your work very easy to search for the any kind of the concept, methodology, or where you can get conceptual categories, like I already explained you, generally reveals themselves after you have read most of the pertinent literature. Pertinent means that is applicable to your research. Okay. Reading is key for the research. A lot of the reading, and particularly the relevant literature. How to find the relevancy of the any literature to your work, I already explained to you. Look upon the title of the paper. Then if you are not sure from the title, look upon the abstract, right? If you are, again, if you are satisfied that okay, this paper belongs to my or related to my work, download that one, keep for the future reading. From the abstract, if it is clear that this paper has no relation or no relevancy for my work, just discard that one. You are not supposed to read all the literature, okay? You are supposed to read or include only that literatures, papers that is relevant to your work, your topic, your area, right? So, how you are going to summarize or write the literature review? There may be two methods. Descriptive, like this and this has done this kind of work, and then like that one. Okay. Just as a third person, you are saying something. That means your involvement is not up to the depth. Right? You can see the example like here. Green 1978 discovered this blah blah. In 1978, like this one. Okay. This is the descriptive. You are giving the description of the that paper. Another way is the analytical method. That means you are going to write the literature review in your own word and coming with some sort of the analysis of the papers. Analyzing that paper, putting some concept out of that one that may be going to give a direction to your research or your literature survey. So here you can say analytical synthesizing, combining, criticizing, critical review you are doing, right? You are making some judgment. Which one is the good one, good work, which one is the not good work. Like here you can say in the descriptive, you are going to give only this and this. Someone has did this one. Okay. But here what you are going to do? In the analytical method, or way of the doing the literature review. You are going to give your opinion. That means in depth you have done this literature review. You understood the paper, what is there in terms of the methodology or anything, their results, and how applicable they are or not, right? So prefer this method. Let's say, for example, there seems to be a general agreement. You are saying that, okay, this one, white 1987, brown 1980, and black 1978, green 1975, they all are agree upon something. Here, agree about the X. X is the some topic, some conclusion, some hypothesis, some relationship, whatever that may be. So you are going to write like this one. That requires a lot of the reading from the different sources. This is very easy. Just look upon the paper what they have done. You can explain it. Green 9755 or someone. Here green 9075 is the citation we generally say. That refers to the particular paper, or article, or the book. Here green is maybe name of the author, 75 is the name year of the publication, and like that one. Okay. So make yourself to be analytical during the literature review. Okay. Points to consider when reviewing the literature. What kind of literature you should go for? Provenance. That means how credential, reliable author is. How he was treated in the his research area. And that can be, if you are going to work in some area, you will be able to know about all the researcher in that field. Of course, after some times, when you have enough of the literature related to that area, you see that some person and again publishing the same kind of the stuff, same kind means related to that particular area, right? Now come to the objectivity. Already in the first class or second class, I have talked about the objectivity in the research. There should not be any biasness. Research cannot be opinion based. That should be based upon the facts and figures. Also look for the persuasiveness. When you are looking upon a particular literature or article, how persuasive, convincing author is about his concept, about his method, and how he is going to convince others in the area of the science and technology. Just saying to someone, okay, believe me, has no meaning. You have to convince them with your methods, replication of the results, validation of the results. There should be in the research papers. That should be based on the facts and figures, right? Now, what is the value of the particular literature? Some literature is more applicable, highly referred. They give answer to some fundamental questions. They are more variable. Some literature may not be like that one, having no value, just for the publication they have published that one. So how applicable that one? Any literature is going to define its value, right? We will have one assignment upon that one to find out the one good and one very bad paper from your research area. That should be your next assignment. I will post it after the completion of the literature review topic. Okay. Now, sometimes we trapped, right? Doing the literature review, you know that a lot of literature is available. So you don't get confused. I already told you, you have to go for the only that kind of literature that is relevant to your area. How to find out the relevancy, I also explained that one. Read the title, read the abstract. If you are sure, okay. If you are unsure, then go and download the paper, read the conclusion. In these three steps, you will be sure that whether that paper relevant to your work or not, whether you are going to include that paper in your literature review or not. Right. So traps to avoid. Don't try to read each and everything. That means trying to read everything that requires a lot of time, etc. So read only the relevant one. That is, there are so many information around you. You don't want to be expert of each and everything. Okay. You want to master one topic, one area. Okay. And for that, you are not supposed to read each and everything. So first find out relevancy, whether that particular literature or anything is relevant to your area or your topic, and only then read it thoroughly. Okay. Second mistakes people generally perform, that reading only but not writing. When you are getting some ideas, some new concept, methodology, whatever that may be, make a note of that one. Okay, in your paper. Also, not keeping the bibliographic. Bibliographic means references or that information. A list of the papers. How we are going to. So bibliographic information is some sort of the referencing system. Okay, how to refer the papers. We'll discuss this about in the later classes. Okay, so you have to keep all the papers in a some sort of the listing, right? So this can be detrimental if you are going to read everything, reading but not writing. Let's say you found some relevant paper and you are going to read it. Only reading and not writing something out of that one, what exactly you are going to get? You're not going to help, right? What should be characteristic of a good literature review? There should be a logical flow of idea. You should not put the result first and introduction at the last. There should be a storyline, how the subject is developed, how the machining process, let's say you are doing the literature review in the machining, how the machining is started, how that is developed, what is the advanced machining. Advanced machining will come later after explaining the basic machining process. So there should be a logical flow of the ideas. Other than that should be unbiased and the comprehensive view of the previous research. Unbiased, that means you are not going to put your opinion. Whatever they have given, you can criticize that one. Based, whenever you are going to criticize any material, that should be based upon the some facts and figures. That should not be your imagination. Got it? And that's comprehensive means a lot, hard, big picture. If you're going to do the literature review only based upon the 10, 20 papers, that is not a comprehensive. That is not going to result. That is not going to represent all the aspects of the particular area. To do the comprehensive review for the any area or on the any topic, not the area. Area is a very big thing. Any topic. On average, there should be at least 300 to 500 literatures you already gone through. You have to go for the current and relevant references with consistent. I already explained the current one. Why we should go for the current literatures or references? Because that will give the direction in which direction research is going on. Appropriate referencing style. There are the different referencing styles. We'll discuss this one later on. What are the different referencing styles? How we are going to write the reference? That is the referencing styles. And proper use of the terminology. In each area, there are some terminology developed, right? So when you're going to use that kind of the terms or the technical words, they should be properly used. So we generally start from the broad issues, like nowadays I have asked in the last class or so, I have asked you to submit your research area. Research area is a broad term, okay, big one: machining, welding, scheduling, quality management, like that one. This is the big area. So you start from the broader issue, look upon the researchers or the problems or the discuss with the supervisor or the expert in that area, and you're going to narrow down, and finally you are going to a particular topic. Here is the broad area at the top. This is the inverted triangle, and here you will arrive at the your final topic. This may be a research gap out of your literature review or whatever that one. Okay. So literature may be in the three categories: one that discuss the broad issues, another study which overlap your research. So start with the broad, then become more specific, and then finally some studies that is directly related to your investigation, your research. There should be few. Okay. Now developing searches and the reading strategy. Develop a source list from where you will get the systematic archive filling system for the collected material. Whatever literature you have collected, put it in some folder. Categorize that folder in the different categories like methodology, different methods used for that particular process. Let's say you are using the design of ANOVA, etc., etc. Some analysis you are doing with a different methodology. Sorry, you're doing, but different people are doing in the literature. So you can categorize that one in the different subfolders like that one. Save the electronic copies, that is the PDF or whatever you're going to run systematically in a systematic way. There are some software for that one. I'll give a demonstration of that one in the coming classes, how to arrange your material, right? Read some seminar classic paper, review papers. This is very important from your area. Look for the good review paper. How do you find the good review paper? Just look upon their citations, how many times they are cited. If you're not able to understand this term citation, we'll discuss that one. When people write the paper, they are going to give the reference to your paper to support something. That means they have understood your paper and saying that, okay, you are going to support their idea, or if you are disagree to something, that also be cited. So that kind of the activity is known as the citation. When someone is going to refer to the some else paper and writing about that one in their own research. Okay, we have left with the only 1 minute. So if you have any question, we'll discuss from there, this point in the next class. If you have any question, anything you want to ask regarding today's content. You can ask. Okay. Anyone? No questions? Okay. So we'll continue this in the tomorrow's class, right? Maybe we'll be able
Okay,
to
thank you.
cover this topic by tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.